Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. We're going to talk about Nicolas Cage, talk about his very blunt response to Disney and the possibility of doing another National Treasure. We're going to give you a hint. It's not looking too good.
No.
But for him to come out and say it the way that he said it, ouch.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about burning bridges at the House of Mouse. So we're going to talk about this because a lot of people wanted him in the Disney Plus show, which was
that was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing. So this is kind of the coda to that Nicolas Cage doesn't think much of Disney.
The whole time they were going about the show and they weren't having him in it, they're like, it's okay, we're working on a movie and he's going to be in that. And then now it doesn't even seem like we're getting that.
No, I think National Treasure is done.
It's buried.
It's buried. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
I am not a huge National Treasure fan, but Geeky is.
I do. I like it. I like it a lot. And the second one, I'm not so much so. It was okay. It was pretty good. But the first one, I really liked.
Yeah, the second one was kind of reaching. I think it was like, okay, well, we had this big adventure last time, but wait, there's more. There's all kinds of secrets hidden. I want to see him do a third one where he's trying to figure out UFOs.
There you go. So how they helped, start the United States.
Yes. Oh my God. It's like, yeah, George Washington, totally an alien. Totally an alien. And he takes that wig off and he's got a big ass head. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But anyway, he said that there's basically no chance in hell of there being a National Treasure 3. And this is after the Edge of History, which was the Disney Plus show with a new diverse woman being the star and not Nicolas Cage. He didn't even get a cameo. I don't think he was even approached, probably because they couldn't afford him. And
they probably were afraid he was going to outshine because everybody wanted him in the show.
Right. Well, that's why we didn't have Mark Hamill much in The Force Awakens, because they literally said the reason they didn't want Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens is they thought he would take away from the new cast.
Well, then they should have had him there to introduce and bring in the new cast and hand it over, and they didn't, which pissed everyone off. And then everybody got mad about this show for the same reasons. They were pissed.
Yeah, it's not National Treasure without Nicolas Cage. It was totally a Nicolas Cage vehicle, and without him, it's lost. But I mean, he's done a lot of Disney movies. He did Sorcerer's Apprentice, which you like that one too.
I do like that one.
It was okay.
I mean, it's not the best movie, but I think it's fun little time waster.
Yeah, the kid in that one, the apprentice, was the voice of Hiccup, I think.
Yes, I think so.
How to Train Your Dragon. I forget his name, just nerdy guy. Even
the critics thought it was dog crap. The critical score is lower than the audience score, and the audience score is under 50.
Yeah, Forbes had this article, National Treasure Edge of History, which everyone ignored or hated, canceled by Disney. So it got one season. Nobody watched it, apparently. Everybody hated the idea of it, and nobody watched it. And
even their promotion was arrogant. You think it's going to be him, and then were you expecting someone else? And it was they were rubbing it in people's faces, and they were mad. They were like, National Treasure. Well, first of all, National Treasure, there's a lot of fans of it, but is it a big blockbuster? I don't think so, for being honest. I personally like it, but a lot of people just take it or leave it. So you already have one that's not a huge big deal. And then you kind of get catty with it in your commercial on top of it. And it's wow, what a bunch of shit. It's
yeah, well, here's the thing. People watched it not for the plot, but because it was Nicolas Cage. I mean,
I like the plot, but I also like Nicolas Cage.
See, there you go. So anyway, this comes from Screen Rant. National Treasure 3's chances get a blunt response from Nicolas Cage. He addresses the chances of National Treasure 3. It's not going to happen. He said, in an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Nicolas Cage speaks on the chances of a National Treasure 3. When prompted about the development of National Treasure 3, Cage states bluntly, no, there is no National Treasure 3.
Now, they were supposed to be, before he was out there saying they were still working on it and they were trying to get script approval, and he was making comments before that it was coming and that it was still in play, and now it's completely different now.
Yeah, well, he goes on. It gets worse. If you want to find treasure, he said, don't look at Disney, okay? It's not there.
Well, that's probably true. Except for the new ship, the Treasure, coming to Disney Cruise Line.
Disney. Yeah, well, it's interesting. They're bringing up that Nicolas Cage has been doing a lot of really good roles lately.
He has.
And he had to get out of debt. I guess he owed like millions of dollars, and so he had to take like every role he could get. This is how we
National Treasure.
Except for National Treasure. This is how we get such a wonderful movie like Willy's Wonderland, because Nicolas Cage will act or would act in pretty much anything, but he also did Pig and some other
there's been a lot of interesting
Mandy.
ones. Yeah, he's been doing lately.
Dream Scenario. I wanted to see that one. That's one where everybody has dreams about him.
I just like that he is like, that's where he's at now. Like,
Yeah.
he's playing himself in different things, and it's just great.
Yeah, they had mentioned Willy's Wonderland.
No, Willy's Wonderland was one of them. What was the one with Pedro Pascal? What was that one?
Oh, that was one where he played himself.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's going on now, because he's just like he himself is his own character.
Yeah.
I just think it's great.
The unbearable weight of massive talent.
That's
Yes,
it.
he plays himself. I kept thinking it was called Being Nicolas Cage or something like.
Yeah,
Being
like John Malkovich.
Yeah.
I never got the John Malkovich one, but I totally get it with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. But he is a massive talent and a national treasure himself, and I think he's dodging a bullet. But this tells me that I don't think he's going to do much with Disney going forward. He's basically like there's nothing going on at Disney right now, so we're not getting Sorcerer's Apprentice 2, 3, 4, and 5, or if we do, they'll make sure that he's replaced with someone more diverse. Because that's how they do things over there.
Well, with Willy's Wonderland, did he even say a word in the whole movie?
No!
It
is Willy's Wonderland is quite possibly my favorite Nicolas Cage movie ever, and he doesn't say a damn thing in that movie. He just drinks his soda, plays his pinball,
and tries to get through the night.
And kills the animatronics. That's what he does. It's freaking amazing. Like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie wasn't terrible. It was pretty good, actually. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Willy's Wonderland, though, to me, is the definitive Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
But isn't Willy's Wonderland like way more violent?
Oh, it's way more violent. Yeah.
I was going to say it was way more violent. Anyway, I'm sorry.
God, I love that movie.
We're taking all these side tangents. We're not even talking about National Treasure. We're just talking.
What's there
about
to talk about?
There's not going to be one.
Well, I mean, here's the thing too. Like National Treasure, okay, it was kind of a novel idea when it first came out, but there are like 50,000 shows on the History Channel now that are basically covering the same kinds of conspiracy theories and the same kinds of, you know what I'm saying?
The first one was really good and it was really well done. And it was really clever how they tie stuff together. The second one, they had a lot of cool stuff in it too, but I think they were, like you said, more reaching with the second one. I think that's one of the ones where, if we're being honest, one and done. It shouldn't have had sequels. I don't know if National Treasure 3 was a really good idea anyway. Like, we're also going to go with it.
International Treasure.
Yeah, there you go.
Interstellar Treasure.
And this is coming from somebody who loves National Treasure and would watch a third one if it came out. I do have to admit, I don't understand why we needed a second and then walked back part of the first one and why we need a third one. And it's 20 years later. You know, he seemed like he really wanted to do it, though.
Yeah, I think you want to. Now, I've noticed one thing about these actors is that, as they get close to retirement age, they tend to take a victory lap. And we saw this with Harrison Ford, where he was going back and doing...
Well, he's past retirement age.
Yeah, he's way past retirement. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going back and he's doing sequels to all of his big franchises.
Again, a lot of them do not have to exist.
Yeah. And a lot of them,
I'm just
have
saying.
to. We're kind of seeing it with Keanu Reeves now. He's too young to be doing that, but he's out there like, let's do a Matrix 4. Let's do a Bill and Ted 3.
Well, speaking of National Treasure, Keanu Reeves is, like Nicolas Cage. They're both national treasures, even though I'm pretty sure the Keanu Reeves is Canadian. But
we adopted
we will
Keanu
take
Reeves.
Him.
Yes, we adopted Keanu Reeves.
I will
belongs
accept
to
him
us.
as a national treasure.
Just like Rick Moranis is.
We share custody.
Yeah, we do.
I will, I don't know how anybody could hate Keanu Reeves. I mean, I don't know if anybody could hate Nicolas Cage either, but here we are.
Oh, people do hate Keanu Reeves. He got into it one time.
Really?
There's a guy he went up to him at the mall and he was pestering him for an autograph. I'm like, the dude's at the mall shopping. Why are you asking him for an autograph? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want to go shopping.
Celebrities, that's I've seen them before and I just let them go about their business because
it's kind of like a wild animal. It's like they're great to observe in the wild, but you don't want to interfere because you might get bit or something.
just observe.
Just observe them in their natural habitat. Anyway. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed because I would have seen it. I would have gone and spent money on National Treasure 3, but I also know I know one, Disney would ruin the hell out of it because they didn't own it back then, so I know they'll ruin it. They ruined it with the show, and two, I don't think it needs to exist.
I just think it's funny. If you want to find treasure, don't look at Disney. Okay,
Yeah,
it's not there.
I know, but you know what? He's out there doing stuff that are like unique things, like Willy's Wonderland and stuff like that. And yeah, things that are very unique and they're very original, and they end up being kind of popular. So I appreciate the fact that he is out there doing something new. Varying returns, but he's out there doing new things as opposed to rehashing this. I think he wanted to do it. I would have liked to seen it, but it does not need to exist.
There we go, guys. We gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.